really dark in here. That's fine. Hello everyone, welcome back to another New Ingredient Monday, where hopefully it is Monday that I edit this, where we take a new ingredient, either for me, for you, usually it's for me and you, and we explore how to use it. It's just a really neat way of kind of exploring the culinary world through new ingredients. So, yeah, so today's ingredient is going to be see, I soaked this one in water and it's dripping. So this is a perilla leaf. So that I can get a thumbnail. There's another. Okay, right, going back. Basically, today's ingredient is gonna be perilla or shiso. I was doing a recipe that required shiso leaves and I was like, okay, well, I think maybe I've only had it like a couple times before where people would like either top my soups or my whatever with these shiso leaves. And so I thought, okay, let's do a new ingredient Monday. Let's go and taste these. What we're gonna do today is I'm just going to go very quickly talk to you about the perilla or shiso leaf, and then we're gonna taste it, and then I'll tell you some like culinary applications for it, and we can discuss how we can use it afterwards. So basically, this leaf, unfortunately, I put it into like the wrong section of my refrigerator, so they all kind of they died. But once upon a time, they were in these stocky bits like this. So perilla leaves, very well known or like much used in Korea. I think not necessarily perilla leaves, but they do perilla seed oils a lot. And I remember when I was there last time, people would be like, well, if you can't find it, just use like sesame seed oil. And the thing is, they kind of taste a little bit, they're different, they taste different. And I bet the leaves obviously will taste different from the roasted seeds as well. The Japanese dish that was calling for it actually had me top this miso soup with it, so that's why I ended up getting this. So it was native to, I guess, Southeast Asia and India, but now they grow it in Korea, southern China, Japan. So usually it's an aromatic with a strong minty smell, and I just took a bite out of it, and that's kind of how I felt. Perilla is actually a weed pest in the US because it's toxic to cattle. So big business there, get rid of the perilla. So let me just taste it for you first. Like let's figure this out. So pretty much, I think there's several different kinds of perilla. I don't know if they always have the purple underside as well. I think different perilla obviously have different flavor. And then they said the ones with purple has the anthocyanins. Anthocyanins. Usually it's in things that are purple, it's in things that are dark, so it can be quite good for you. You can see like leaf-wise, it has these like sharp little things on the outer edges. It's, yeah, purple underside, green overside. Texturally, I don't think that they are the softest of leaves. In fact, they're like kind of hairy. So I understand why, like for the Japanese, when you put it over soups or something, you kind of cut it, you julienne it, you cut it quite thin so that it's easier to eat. Flavor-wise, very interesting. Maybe it's not very interesting. There is a mint flavor to it, like a light mint flavor. It's not overpowering because I have a piece of mint here. Is that okay? Yeah, mint is quite strong and actually even like a little bit bitter. This one is just lightly bitter. I'll eat a couple today. So, okay, this is what I think. It's a little bit scratchy going down. The base flavor of this leaf is actually quite grassy, quite vegetal. So in that way, it's somewhat light. It's mellow, not in a way that like really punches you per se. But you do get this, I'd say like low to medium grade minty feel. I was reading online, some people also said like it's adjacent to like fennel, not necessarily that it tastes like fennel or like anise per se, but that kind of same level of like mintiness, kind of licoricey mintiness, but then very quickly it mellows out. It becomes grassy, it becomes like just very like chill and vegetal. So I wouldn't say it's too bitter, although I think I like greens, so for some people it might be slightly bitter, but it's definitely not as strong as mint. Mint feels like it's more punchy, it's a little bit more bitter, it's not as grassy. I don't know if people eat the stems, but I do know that the stems that they do grow on, it's quite hard. It's quite hardy, so I imagine what you could do is after you take off the leaves and use that for either like decoration, garnish, whatever, in your actual dishes, you could probably just take the stems and put that in a broth or something if you happen to like this kind of perilla shiso-esque flavor. Okay, so now let's go and talk about how you can apply this to your cooking. Again, this is gonna be different from perilla seed oil, where they take the seeds, they're going to be roasting it, so already that changes the flavor of what it originally was. But I know, yeah, for the Japanese, I kind of feel like I've only ever seen it used when they cut it up finely and then they use it as more of a garnish, more of like that garnish flavoring to finish a flavor, just to add that little bit of like mintiness, that little bit of thing. For Koreans though, they actually, and I don't know if this is the same type because I didn't get exactly what specific type it was, but for the Koreans, they generally take perilla leaves and they'll use it very much like, you know how they'll do like lettuce wraps where they'll put like lettuce, rice, you know, like a Korean barbecue, some kind of sauce, and then they'll kind of make themselves like a little, you know, lettuce sandwich, let us say. But a lot of the times they'll substitute in perilla leaves instead of the lettuce, which is great because I think perilla, it probably has, well, more flavor, but then a lot of different like antioxidants. I've seen these like tempura batter fried, and you can have it like that. Koreans sometimes will they'll pickle these as well, or they'll turn it into like a little side dish. What else? Bloop, 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 bloop. Wikipedia says that in Manchurian cuisine, they'll make steamed buns where the perilla buns are made with glutinous sorghum or glutinous rice flour filled with red bean paste and then wrapped with perilla leaves. So that's interesting because I've never seen that before. Maybe we'll make it together, but sounds kind of doable. Yeah, a lot of people talk about like how they would use the seeds in the oils. Topping for desserts, perilla powder. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, I mean, for all the meat that Koreans eat, they actually, they make up for it by like having a lot of vegetables in what they eat. They probably dry this up. They grind it up into a powder, you know, like similar to like matcha or something like that. And then they'll put it over their rice cakes, or they'll like dust their rice cakes with this perilla leaf powder. So a lot of people talk about like seeds instead of the actual leaf. So, I mean, those are kind of a few ways of using it already. The leaf itself, I wouldn't say is too soft. We'll rip this one, okay? I would say it's very similar to maybe like a younger maple leaf. Yeah, like it would be nice if you added it as a leaf to maybe like cut it up into smaller pieces. Like even if you were making like just like a perilla leaf salad or something like that, it would be nice to cut them into finer pieces just because it is it is fibrous. If you do like flavored oils, I could see this might be nice, but you know, really be creative with it, because we have made, what is it? Like mugwort dumplings, where you grind your leaves up, and then instead of using like water to mix in with your dough, you use this like kind of pureed up leaf, and then you mix it with your dough. And so that dough now will take on the flavor of, you know, whatever this leaf is. So yeah, like use it as garnish, use it in salads just to add that little bit of slightly minty, slightly, hold on. It does actually build up on your throat. It does kind of get scratchy. So if you should chop it up like well. But yeah, like you could flavor doughs like that with it. Like if tempura floats your boat, you can, you know, fry up that leaf. If making that sandwich floats your boat, you can do that. Yeah, I think that was pretty much the main thing that we wanted to cover. Okay. Yeah, let me know if you have any. Yeah, let me know if you have any good ideas that you might think of for doing the perilla leaves. I find that with these like New Ingredient Monday episodes, I kind of get a lot of ideas just from reading your comments. Like a lot of the times, it's like the video is just whatever, but people's comments is quite nice. So, yep. Hopefully y'all enjoyed this, and yeah, I'll see you all again later. Bye.